children in a film, you get the best, and it's the most difficult. Because to take a 5 or 6 or 7-year-old kid and tell him what to do, go try. Even like as a normal kid, he's not going to do it, but tell him to just cry or recreate a scene, and you're going to see this is one of the best for that. So, new wave, a social critique, a lot of new wave, and everyday life is so important because you don't tell extraordinary things. You have people living in everyday life, eating, cooking, looking for a job. You have the life of an adult who is a bicycle trying to find a job to make a living. And you can realize we're talking about real life. And real life is very important. These are the 5 or 6 people, if you really want to, think about like looking at more film. Amir Farrokh is really the most prominent, the well-known, Akfar Farhadi too. Darius Merwish made a film in 1969 called The Cow. It's the same kind of idea. It's a small village, and there is a cow. And the cow becomes the center of the village. And that you can say, how is he going to, and he does such an extraordinary job. This is one of the most important jobs because from 1969 we opened to different things. Amir Naji made a movie called The Runner that I watched a couple of times not too long ago, and Jafar Panahi, of course Jafar Panahi is the example of Iranian cinema. He won for, it was just an accident. He won the Cannes Film Festival, and he was not long ago. He went to prison multiple times in Iran. Will never leave Iran. All the time produce film from prison, and directly is an extraordinary man of like fighting for freedom. So you have these few guys, and of course you have Mossam Al-Kalbaf. I showed a film called Gabé. I don't know if you remember this film if you were in Montclair. With a great film director too. But there is not too many. You have a group of people, these are the group of the strong people of group Iranian, and often some of them are not living there anymore, and some of them are dead. These are the few films, if you have to show or like watch some of the film, I think these are really the good film. We're gonna watch this, like in another 2 weeks we'll watch this film. Actually, we watched The Taste of Sherry and The Separation, both of the female. Did you ever watch The Separation? And The Separation is a film you can watch 2, 3, or 4 times. Absolutely. It's so real and so rich and so what great cinema is. And Taste of Sherry is like one of the most beautiful Cairo stories. Anybody watch Taste of Sherry before? No. Just to give you an idea, it's somebody who's thinking about dying, killing himself. And he's taking the road and asking people, how is he going to do that? Look at the subject. We're talking about existential. These people are existentialists. They are not just like filmmakers. They're very highly intellectual. They know everything, and they are very well rounded. So Amir Farrokh is a very great one, and The Separation is one of the Separation was like one of the great shocks for my filmmaking life because it was so unbelievably made. And it was just an accident. The last film of Panahi was really great. This is the movie of today. And for him, like before we start the film, Majid Mahiji is not as like known as the greatest Iranian filmmaker. He doesn't have this kind of aura. He is not Kiarostami. He doesn't have this, but he has a sense of poetry and connection with people and the world who is so exceptional. Like a little bit, Cinema Paradiso, Giuseppe Tornatore. It's the only film that he made, really with a big thing, Cinema Paradiso. That's it. But he made it. So this is a little bit kind of like this. I mean, people like to just say that it's crowd pleaser, but it's more a very good quality film going the poetic and the humanity. Other film that he did, The Color of Paradise. If you want to watch something that he did too, and Baran, there are the 2 or 3 films that are very well known that he did. But the film by itself, The Children of Paradise, are really his film the best known. Born in Tehran is a figure of the film, and really The Children of Heaven was the first Iranian film nominated for Academy Award, so 1997. And like I was saying, it's a non-professional actor. The storyline is always children, but with their sensibility, a lot of social content, and a message all the time of a divine intervention or something like this. But you're going to watch the film, and we'll discuss it after. It's a really kind of very powerful film. So this is some frame. Most of the frame are the children. 95% of the film is about children. So the strong scene are about children. So let's watch it, and it's a story. You're going to see how he starts. And he starts on a very simple frame of a pair of shoes, and how is this going to go to the film. It's difficult to say, because whenever I say and I listen to people talking and they say, this is a film about that, it can be anything. It's not what the film is about, it's what and how somebody is going to make something out of it. You can say, this is a film about blah, blah, blah. It means nothing. Because you can have 10 people, one of them is going to be a masterpiece, doing the same thing with the subject, and another one is going to make nothing out of this. So the talent is like, how do you put all the elements of cinema together to create, a great film? And this is a great film. So thank you for coming, and you're going to enjoy this film because it's kind of very unusual, and we'll have a lot to talk about.